What is going on, Misfit Nation? Welcome back to another episode of the Misfit Wrestling Podcast. I am your host, Matt, the Misfit. This is your WWE Royal Rumble 2024 review and results. Another Royal Rumble is in the books. We are now officially on the road to WrestleMania 40, which happens on April 6th and 7th in Philadelphia. And we now have the idea and at this point have figured out what the two championship matches are going to be at WrestleMania, because Cody Rhodes won the men's Royal Rumble match, last eliminating CM Punk, and has punched his ticket to finally, hopefully, finishing the goddamn story. Which means all you rock Roman marks out there, get over it. It's not happening. It was never going to happen. Just because The Rock came in and said, oh, I'm not going to do the thing with the head of the table. I'm going to come in and do all this stuff. No. It's going to be Rock and Roman. It's going to be Roman and Cody Rhodes part 2. And hopefully this is where Cody Rhodes finally takes the title from Roman Reigns. Also, Bayley wins the Royal Rumble at the number 3 spot, breaking the record that was set by Rhea Ripley last year, coming in at number 1. And she has punched her ticket to WrestleMania, and that match is now basically set in stone because there is no other match that makes any fucking sense at WrestleMania. I've seen people say, oh, well, Bianca's going to win the championship. No, it doesn't make sense. The match with Bayley at WrestleMania is going to be Bayley versus IYO SKY. That is the match for WrestleMania, because it makes sense. That is the story they're telling. But we're going to talk about that. We're also going to talk about the surprise debut of Jordynne Grace in not NXT, TNA Knockout Women's Champion. Made a surprise appearance on the Royal Rumble, in the Women's Royal Rumble. Jade Cargill came in to the Royal Rumble and made her debut and didn't win, thank God. I was hoping that they weren't going to do that. But she actually looked pretty fine. It was fine. They seem to have what they're going to do with Bianca Belair. It looks like they're going to do something with her and Jade Cargill at WrestleMania. That's fine. As long as Bianca Belair is away from the title picture at WrestleMania, I do not give a flying fuck what they do with her at WrestleMania. Poor Liv Morgan got the Rey Mysterio treatment on the show, because people were expecting 2 people on the show. That one being AJ Lee, which didn't happen. I didn't really think it was going to happen. No, not realistically think it was going to happen. The one that I knew for a fact was not going to happen, and people kept believing it was going to. And Sean Ross Sapp and everyone at Fightful, a fucking apology. Mercedes Moné is not coming back to the WWE. Tonight should be your confirmation, so shut the fuck up about it. But poor Liv Morgan, she comes out there and gets the silent treatment. She comes out here, no one makes a noise. Oh, that was disheartening. But also Andrade returned in the men's Royal Rumble. Both, which is it's interesting that a lot of the returns, to the company, not talking about like injured stars, but the main returns, like a Naomi and an Andrade, and also the debuts, the debut of Jay. Well, Jay came in later, but the debut of Jordynne Grace came in early, so they kind of wanted to hit that out in the park there. But we're going to talk about that and much more here. Please hit that like button, comment down below, hit the subscribe button. YouTube.com/@Misfit Wrestling Podcast. You can follow the social medias, Pile Driver Pulse on Twitter, Misfit Wrestling Pod on Instagram. The audio outlets for the show, Spotify, Pandora, Amazon Music, and iHeartRadio. I will be not talking about the press conference on this particular review. I'm going to keep this to the Royal Rumble, because I can save all of that stuff for the Pile Driver Pulse on Sunday's show. So keep an eye out for that as well. So Royal Rumble kicked off with the women's Royal Rumble, which I thought, in my opinion, was the better Rumble of the two. I enjoy, much like last year, I enjoyed this Rumble a lot more than I did the men's. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I just enjoyed the women I guess it's because the who won the match is was why I cared about it more. So the women's Royal Rumble opened up with Natalya and Naomi. They came out here. Naomi got a decent reaction. Not as loud as I thought it would. Like I assumed it would have been. But she got a welcome back chant here. Natalya shakes hands with Naomi, only for Natalya to drop her with a shoulder tackle. Naomi responds with a Hurricane Rana as she ducks under Natalya to avoid some offense. Natalya connects with a basement drop kick, and both women then hit a double cross body. Bayley then comes in at number 3. Bayley, who ended up winning the match. Also, the shout-out contest, believe it or not, the only person that actually see. So I will actually hear. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'll talk about who won gets their shout-outs at the end of the show, at the end of the review. So, but people's numbers did end up winning the men's and women's Royal Rumble. And I'll tell you who they are at the end of that when we get to that here. Bayley comes up to a massive pop. Bayley is, at this point in time, the most over person in this match, and that includes when Becky Lynch comes out there. But she comes out there later. Bayley immediately takes both of the women out, or at least tries to. Naomi fights back and then hits a rear view, which I hate. That's still a move I hate so much. To Natalya, who responds with a double basement drop kick to both Bayley and Naomi. Candice LeRae comes out. Unfortunately, gets not much of a reaction there. Sad. She hits the ring, immediately attacks Bayley in the corner, stopping away on her as she shifts her focus to Natalya. By the way, what is up with WWE's obsession with having Natalya start off these Royal Rumble? I've noticed like Natalya starting off. I believe she's like start off majority of these Royal Rumble matches, and they wanted to have her as the Iron Woman, I guess, but that didn't happen. That went to Bayley this year. But all that more here. First surprise of the night, Jordynne Grace, who got a great reaction, which I'm going to talk about. Actually, I'm going to go bring up Fightful Select and talk about this whole situation with Jordynne Grace's Royal Rumble spot, which I think is pretty cool here. So here is what Fightful Select had to say about Jordynne Grace. Here, I'm going to read it here. Jordynne Grace made her WWE debut in the Royal Rumble, the TNA Knockouts champion. Jordynne Grace was at the show as a major surprise. Fightful had learned that WWE reached out to outside companies about potential Royal Rumble surprises. We're told that WWE contacted TNA this past weekend to ensure and everything went through TNA. Jordynne Grace is still signed with TNA. We're told that Grace had a physical and blood work on Monday, then flew to Florida Thursday to participate in the Royal Rumble rehearsals. There were some within TNA who said they heard that there was possibility earlier this month that when there were border WWE/TNA rumors, broader WWE TNA rumors. Those we spoke to in WWE said both TNA and Jordynne Grace were very easy to deal with and accommodating during the process. So as of right now, it's a one-time thing. We may see more of this TNA crossover in the future. We'll see what that happens here. But Jordynne Grace, I thought, did a fantastic job here. She looked like a superstar. They made her look great. She fit right in here in the WWE. So if whenever her contract is up with TNA, and she wants to try her hand over at WWE, I think she will fit very very well in WWE in the near future here. But she starts taking everyone out. She stares down her former TNA rival, Naomi. They hug and then start brawling as Grace nails her with a back elbow before planting Naomi on the mat. Indy Hartwell comes in at number 6. She's trying to take out Bayley with a spine buster before working alongside Candice LeRae, who was still in the match. As she lifts her and drops, Indy lifts up Candice and drops her onto Bayley to add further impact. Asuka comes out here to help, supposedly help Bayley. Nails a double drop kick as she encourages Bayley to work with her as they drop Natalya with the clothesline. However, Asuka provides a high five that Bayley wanted, but basically swerved her and said, nah. Asuka throws Hartwell over the top rope, but she was able to hang on as Asuka's trying to eliminate her. Bayley makes a save and then eliminates Indy Hartwell, so Bayley gets her first elimination of the match. Number 8, Ivy Nile comes in. She starts targeting Naomi, lifting her before planting her down on the mat. Katana Chance came out at number 9. She immediately targets Asuka and connects with a few kicks until Grace picks her up with one of her arms and slams her down. Ivy Nile then does the same thing, and the two pick them up and basically do like a standoff with stalling suplexes, which kind of look cool. Both pop back up and start fighting each other, with Nile connecting the kick to Jordynne Grace, until Grace responds with a back elbow. Bianca Belair comes out to the ring next. She immediately tries to go after Bayley, tries to eliminate her. Asuka, she then tried to do the same to Asuka, but was unsuccessful, with Bayley helping to save Asuka once again. Then Bianca showcases her power by, dropping Katana Chance down onto Bayley and Candice LeRae before springing off the ropes to do the springboard moonsault thing here. Next up, Kairi Sane comes out with brand new music, which a rare W from Def Rebel. I thought they were going to butcher her theme song. No, they didn't. Her being the pirate princess, she's got the pirate gimmick. They gave her this really cool, like, Pirates of the Caribbean-esque theme song, and it slapped. I cannot wait to hear the full version of it. Kairi Sane actually had a great spot that was sort of, I don't know if it was a botch or if it was intended or it was a botch that was saved. I don't know, or if it was an intended botch. But when we get to that, I'll let you know because it was pretty damn cool. But Kairi launches herself from the top rope to attack Bianca before Kairi's spears are just unbelievably good. Yeah, I mean, I talk about her spinning back fist that she hits is beautiful in her beautiful elbow drop, but her spears are just nasty, and I love it. So, after she speared Katana Chance, she stands alongside Bayley and Asuka. Bayley slams Candice LeRae off her back, as she begins fighting the Kabuki Warriors, who, by the way, did just win the Women's Tag Team Champions here last night on SmackDown. The trio works to get out Candice LeRae, which they do. So, because I do want to point out during this match, Dakota Kai was not in the Royal Rumble. She was not. She's still recovering from her I think it's an ACL injury. But who was watching along the monitor was the women's champion, IYO SKY. who is just watching on, so is Rhea Ripley. Entrant number 12 comes out with Tegan Nox, and Tegan Nox is gone immediately. She lasted, let's see, I believe I have the time frames here. So Tegan Nox lasted, okay, so I don't have it right now, but she didn't last very long because Natalya, well, first of all, Natalya eliminates Natalya. No, Tegan Nox eliminates Natalya. Bayley then eliminates Tegan Nox, so I believe that's the third elimination there for Bayley at this point, because she did also help eliminate Candice LeRae with the rest of Damage CTRL. Kate and Carter comes out next as Carter and Chance start working their way to Bayley and Asuka. Bayley then didn't try to get to Asuka. Kyrie then almost gets eliminated, and somehow this is the thing I'm trying to figure out if it was a botch or not. But Kyrie gets thrown over the top rope. I thought this woman was eliminated. She pulled the Shawn Michaels. She was like somebody put out the graphic of the this. I can't remember which Spider-Man movie it was. It may have been from the first. Which Spider-Man movie was it from? Oh my God, might have been from the last one. Whichever one where Peter Parker had his mask done. Anyways, stopping the train that was coming apart, and like he's doing this, and basically that's what that looked like. She held on for dear life. She had her feet. She only had one foot on the ground, but then she was, I guess, put her feet on the LED board or whatever, and I'm assuming she slipped and then gets eliminated, and then Katana, Carter, and Belair eliminate Asuka as well, and the crowd booed. The crowd booed Bianca, and basically Carter and Katana, but mostly Bianca because they eliminated Asuka and Kyrie. And Asuka is beloved by the fans. Kyrie is too. So and Bayley's like, what's going on here? I thought you guys had a plan. Chelsea Green comes in next, almost eliminated by Bianca Belair. She actually, believe it or not, staying in here a little bit longer here. Belair throws Grace over the top rope. She was able to hang on. They get on the ring apron, and Belair hits a beautiful KOD on the apron to Jordynne Grace, eliminating Jordynne Grace. Jordynne Grace lasted, I believe it was 11 minutes, 32 seconds. A really, really good showing from Jordynne Grace. And they didn't try to bury TNA, which was a nice thing to see. Piper Niven comes out next. She does her thing. She's doing a lot of her other stuff here. Stuff like that here. However, the women, all the women that's still in the match tried to eliminate Piper Niven. Didn't work. Xia Li comes out after being in hibernation. After losing, she lost to Lyra Valkyria on NXT a few months ago, and then disappeared from television. And then she's in here in the Royal Rumble here. She was actually in here for a good while, and I didn't even realize how long she was in there for. But so she starts throwing several kicks to Caden Carter. They start getting into it. Bianca is trying to hang on after Ivy Nile tries to attempt to eliminate her. Selena Vega comes out next, hits a Meteora onto Caden Carter, then hits a knee strike to Katana Chance before sending Naomi straight into Belair. Piper Niven attempts to use her size to benefit her, but Selena Vega reverses into a DDT onto the mat. Maxine Dupree came out here. Maxine Dupree kind of had probably the worst showing in this Royal Rumble because she's still not ready to be in the as much as people are impressed with the moves that she's been doing. she's still not ready to be in a full blown match, especially the match like this here in the Royal Rumble here. But yeah. So Piper Niven eliminates at one point, then eliminates Kaden Carter. Nia Jax comes out. Everyone's gunning for Nia Jax here. As she catches Vega in midair, throws her across the ring. She then, Xia Li tries to attack her. She gets eliminated by Nia Jax, followed by Ivy Niles, who then gets eliminated by Nia Jax. So that's 2 eliminations for Nia Jax there. Piper Niven and Chelsea Green attempt to work together, but with Niven charging Jackson to the corner, crushing Chelsea Green and repeatedly. They're changing, like charging into each other. Didn't really work out very much. They're just getting the hell beat out of them by Nia Jax at this point here. Shotzi comes out next, who seemed, I guess, grew her hair back out. I don't know. It was green again. There was a lot of green going on here. She hits a high crossbody onto Nia Jax, following Naomi, following that up with a leg drop as Piper Niven, hits a crossbody to Nia Jax. Then Naomi hit the leg drop, followed that up by Shotzi hitting a senton from the top turnbuckle. Max Dupree then nails a reverse caliper, which it's very weird here, to Nia Jax. Then they again try to work out the eliminations of Nia Jax. Didn't do very much there. Bayley gets another elimination here with throwing out Maxine Dupree, while on the other side, Piper Niven is eliminated by Nia Jax. Katana Chance then joins the party by getting eliminated by Nia Jax. The other favorite of the match then comes out, Becky Lynch, who gets a great reaction because she always does. It's Becky Lynch. Come on. She immediately takes the fight to Nia Jax because they got the story going on here that, without Nia Jax, Becky Lynch doesn't get where she's at here. The two are just brawling it. We go inside the ring here as Jax almost eliminates her. He stays in and hits a missile dropkick to Nia Jax before dropping Shotzi and Selena Vega with a double DDT. Alba Fire then comes out. We come to find out that Isla Dawn was either not medically cleared to be in the Royal Rumble, or she just was told no. I don't know what the deal is with that. She comes in. She starts lifts both Selena Vega and Shotzi onto her back before dropping them to the mat here. However, Nia Jax then gets attacked by Nia Jax. The coming at number 23, who should have won the 2020 Royal Rumble, Shayna Baszler. She immediately hits a German suplex to Bianca Belair, then slams Shotzi down to the mat and follows that up with a knee strike. Valhalla came out next. This was so sometimes comedy spots at the Royal Rumble can go wrong. I was hoping they would not try to repeat a Santina Morello fucking spot from like they did in, what was it? It was there, I think it was 2020. It was either 2020 or 2022. I'm not entirely sure. But R-Truth appears to then slip by Valhalla. What, by the way, Michael Cole is just marking out that that Valhalla is wearing antlers. I don't know why, but that was funny to me. R-Truth thinks he's in the right match. Nia Jax throws him out eliminates him, quote unquote. Adam Pearce comes in and clarifies, this is the women's Royal Rumble, Truth. You're in the men's Royal Rumble. So Valhalla then gets into the ring and then is immediately eliminated by Nia Jax, tying the record. I believe she tied the record for the quickest elimination in a women's Royal Rumble match. Let me look here. Because I know the record currently is supposedly supposed to be still with So currently, the record is okay. So it's a tied record with Chelsea Green and Valhalla, who got that here in this year. Mia Yim that comes out next. She slides in, springboard attack to Alpha Fire before she slams Bayley down onto Shayna Baszler. Michin then takes flight to Alpha Fire. Naomi, who's still in the match here, she came in at number 2. Bayley, who came in at number 3. Which, by the way, something I did like about the Royal Rumble, because that the longer somebody spit in the Royal Rumble, they kept flashing up I guess like a timer of who has been in the ring longest. And I'm seeing this, I'm like, why hadn't they been doing this with past Royal Rumbles? And I can tell you why. Because Kevin Dunn is not in the production truck anymore. So whoever thought of that idea should get a raise, in my opinion, there. Because that was a brilliant idea. But Naomi eventually eliminates Alpha Fire. Zoe Stark comes in at number 26. Stark then just eliminates Selena Vega. NXT's Roxanne Perez, who in my opinion should already be on the main roster like yesterday, starts attacking Zoe Stark before nailing a forearm to Shayna Baszler. Bayley comes from behind tries to eliminate Roxanne, but she survives. She takes the fight, or at least tries to take the fight to Nia Jax before she gets slammed down to the mat. Shayna Baszler tries to put a lock of submission move onto Jax, but she is dumped out before doing the same to Mia Yim. But Mia Yim and Shayna Baszler get eliminated by Nia Jax. Jackson powers up Shotzi, launches her out of the ring, crashing her into Michin and Shayna Baszler. So that means Nia Jax eliminates Shotzi. In comes the debut of Jade Cargill, which I noticed her theme song kind of resembled the AEW theme a little bit, which I do appreciate when WWE somehow honors the old theme song that they have from another company when they're, I think that's pretty cool. But and I said, I was thinking about this when Nia Jax came out here and she was dominating the Royal Rumble, and Jade Cargill, because I know Jade Cargill was in Tampa. They had she was at the rehearsal. She was going to be in the Royal Rumble, and I said they're going to have Nia Jax get eliminated by Jade Cargill, and that's going to be that big moment that people are going to talk about from the show. And that's what happened. Jade Cargill powers up Nia Jax, slams her to the mat, nails a big boot on her, then lifts Nia Jax up like Cesaro did to the Big Show at WrestleMania 30 and dumps her out. And the crowd went insane for that because that's impressive shit. Jade Cargill tries to then charge into the corner to attack Becky Lynch. Becky avoids it, and Jade crashes and burn. NXT's Tiffany Stratton, who we hadn't seen in a while, makes her surprise entrant with a swanton, which takes out many stars, many of the talent in the ring, before she plants Becky with a spinebuster because they have some history. When Becky beat her for the NXT Women's Championship, and Becky helped out Tiffany Stratton tremendously, putting her over, even in defeat when she beat her at the NXT show, and then at what was that show called? Oh God, I think it was No Mercy. So, Roxanne then gets slammed onto the mat, and poor Liv Morgan comes out at number 30. Oh, poor Liv Morgan. She comes out at number 30, gets no reaction because somebody in production thought it was a good idea to have the timer stop, the countdown, and go, all that stuff, the zero thing. Have this 3 or 4, it was like a 5-second pause getting people look at the crowd and Liv Morgan's music hits and just people's collective sigh and disappointment washed over their face like, oh man, because people were under the impression that Sasha Banks, Mercedes, was going to be on the show. She was never going to be on the show, and AJ Lee was going to return. I had hoped AJ Lee was going to return, but I didn't think it was really realistically possible. It might happen in the near future, but who knows? So Tiffany Stratton. Well, Liv Morgan eliminates Zoe Stark. Tiffany Stratton then eliminates Roxanne Perez. And Naomi, which this surprised me a little bit here because, I was not expecting this, but Naomi eliminated Becky Lynch. I thought it was going to be Nia Jax who eliminated Becky Lynch, or Becky Lynch eliminating Nia, or vice versa, but that didn't happen here. Jade Cargill then eliminates Naomi, and we're down. Then Bayley sticks in another bit of eliminations by eliminating Stratton and Belair. We come down to Bayley, Liv Morgan, and Jade Cargill. They're all three on the ring apron here. Bayley smartly rolls back into the ring, and Liv Morgan hits the code breaker or something. It was either the code breaker or the Oblivion onto Cargill. Cargill falls to the floor. She gets eliminated here, and then Bayley immediately kicks Morgan's feet from underneath her. Liv Morgan falls to the floor, and Bayley wins the women's 2024 Royal Rumble match, which means, because they then showed to immediately cut to a shot of IYO not looking very happy, because she knows that the destination for WrestleMania 40 is Bayley and IYO SKY for the WWE Women's Championship, and I cannot be more happier for that. I'm very excited to see how we get there. I've been invested in this storyline for a while. And to me, this right now, until we get Cody on SmackDown, because technically now Cody Rhodes is technically, even though he hasn't won the championship now, he's technically been moved to SmackDown because now he's going to challenge Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, but we'll get there. So yeah, this was the right outcome. I wouldn't have minded Becky Lynch, but we are still going to get Becky and Rhea. This could be a different way we're going to get it. But Bayley versus IYO is the right call because now we know Bayley and IYO. Bayley and IYO to me has been the plan for months. I don't know when they actually ever. I think they were probably going to wait until to do this at like the Royal Rumble or something. But it was very obvious very quickly that the second Bayley IYO won the championship, I knew exactly where this is going because they were going to have Bayley either turn on IYO or they were going to turn on her. It looks like they're going to have. They may have Bayley turn on IYO. I don't know where they're going to go with it, but I'm very interested to see here. But Bayley's prophecy, as of right now, has come true. She said that IYO was going to win the women's championship after she cashed in Money in the Bank. She did. She also said the Kabuki Warriors were going to win the tag team titles. They did. And then she said that she was going to win the women's Royal Rumble, and she did. And I think what's going to happen now is for a couple weeks because from now to Elimination Chamber, we're going to find out. She's going to somehow choose IYO, but from now until then, we're going to see Bayley attempt to tease challenging Rhea Ripley, but that's not going to be the case there. Match I was not expecting to be this quick here. This is probably the quickest Roman Reigns has been on the show, like ever. Roman Reigns has never worked second on the card. He's either the main event or the opening match. But I thought this was kind of a meh title match here. It was Roman Reigns obviously defending and retaining the Universal title over LA Knight, AJ Styles, and Randy Orton. This is all right. And then my issue with this match was the fucking the fucking same. Look, I'm happy that they went with this character with Roman Reigns, but now it's getting to the point, which is why I want them to have Cody win the title at WrestleMania, which seems like the direction they're going with. I'm tired of the same Roman Reigns matches and have the same finish. And then they're going to have the stuff with if you've seen one Roman Reigns match in this entire run of the championship, actually, if you've seen one Roman Reigns match since the Brock Lesnar match last year at WrestleMania, not last year, at 38, you've seen them all because it's the same fucking thing. But Solo Sikoa does his stupid bullshit again. Spear from Roman Reigns. Knight plants Reigns, follows it up with an elbow drop. Goes for his BFT attempt, reverts, falls onto the top rope, which knocks AJ Styles off. Reigns hit Knight with a Superman punch, and then Styles with the spear, and I believe he pinned AJ Styles to retain the championship. Let's just get to WrestleMania. I'm tired of this Roman Reigns title run. And then Roman Reigns, when he loses the championships, he can finally take his vacation, as we're going to have a full-time champion now on SmackDown brand here. Logan Paul retained the United States Championship via disqualification. This match was kind of fun, kind of all right. I didn't pay too much attention to this match because I was trying to get notes together for the Rumble matches and all that stuff here. But one of Logan Paul's stooges brought in the damn brass knuckles. Apparently, Austin Theory and Grayson Waller made an appearance here. Apparently, Theory is one who passed Logan Paul the brass knuckles. KO gets roll up. Doesn't work. He hits Logan Paul. Excuse me. He hits Logan Paul with the brass knucks. He's about to hit. I guess he hits a stunner or whatever. Kevin Owens is being the champion, but the referee sees it, the knucks in his hand, and calls for the disqualification. Following the match, Owens attacked Logan Paul with power bombs through the announce table. Yeah. I still hope the plan is to go into WrestleMania with Logan Paul defending and losing the title to LA Knight. That should be the plan. But I don't know. Oh no, I just kind of got bored with that whole thing there. But I have nothing else to add there on that. The men's Royal Rumble match started off with Jimmy Uso and Jey Uso, not in that order. It was Jey and Jimmy. Usos. They start beating each other up here. Grayson Waller then comes up. They try to, I guess, refuse to acknowledge one another with their yeet no yeet stuff. Grayson Waller comes out, tries to talk on his microphone. Nobody cares about what's going on there. Jay tries to eliminate Jimmy. He turns around. Waller hits him with a flatliner. And he and Jay try to, I guess, work together here. Andrade comes out. I don't know if they're going to call him Andrade El Idolo or Andrade Cien, almost just Andrade. But Andrade did come out. Lukewarm reaction, unfortunately. But it looked real great. They did some stuff here. Carmella Hayes then comes in, springboards with a clothesline to Grayson Waller. He was able to then eliminate Grayson Waller with he hit something out of that. I'm not sure. Shinsuke Nakamura comes out. There was a funny part with Pat McAfee, because Pat McAfee was on the show doing commentary. said that, everybody else can't like me, but Shinsuke, you have to like me or something. It was pretty funny. So Shinsuke did his good vibration stuff, countering springboard attempt with a midair kick and all that stuff here. Santos Escobar came out here, targets Jimmy, then Nakamura before falling Hayes up into the air, then down onto his knee. They had a little face-to-face confrontation here with Andrade. Did Santos Escobar. He tried to do the LWO salute or the God of Hell. I think no, it was not that. It was the it was the Los Ingo Benavides taunt. Andrade in the gray hair. They tried to do all that stuff here. Cameron Cross came out here with new music. No one cared. No one cared. I didn't care. But he was doing the stuff here. Dominic Mysterio came out here, took his sweet time. Michael Cole. Anytime I get to hear Michael Cole shit, Dominic, I love it. Carlito then comes in and eliminates Escobar. I'm like, oh, okay. I thought you guys were feuding with each other. They don't want to continue it, whatever. Bobby Lashley then comes out, eliminates Carlito and Karrion Kross. AOP make their way to the ring. Cross eliminates Lashley because of what was going on there. Street Profits came down. They started brawling. All 6 men started brawling here. Ludwig Kaiser came out and had this what the fuck look on his face, like he didn't know what was going on here. Kaiser takes Jey Uso right away. Austin Theory comes in at number 13. We're not even halfway through the field yet. Finn Balor then comes in at number 13 here and eliminates Carmelo Hayes as Balor and Dominic start teaming up here. Cody Rhodes comes at number 15. Hits a Cody cutter to Austin Theory, throws him out immediately because that's what Cody does. Bronson Reed then comes out, attacks Nakamura, then Rhodes. Then also tries, he did a double Samoan drop to both Balor and Mysterio, which looked actually very nice. Bronson Reed unfortunately eliminated Andrade after Andrade kept running on him. He did a back body drop to the outside. Kofi comes in, didn't even try to get like whatever it was here. Cody Rhodes and Nakamura, they start going at it because of their history on Raw. Cody eliminates Nakamura. Kofi eliminated Kaiser. Gunther comes in at number 18. He does his stuff here. He just beats the shit out of Kofi's life. He's basically, his soul left his body during this match here. Gunther eliminates Kofi. And Kofi didn't even just try. It's like he retired it, I guess. Ivar comes out next here. Ivar seemed to have a very good showing here. Hits an elbow strike to Gunther until he and Bronson Reed start brawling and then running into each other. Braun Breaker comes in the ring. People think Braun Breaker was the replacement for Brock Lesnar. I'm pretty sure Brock Breaker was always playing for the Royal Rumble here. Hits several spine busters, then runs through Ivar, sends Jimmy Uso out of the ring, so he eliminates Jimmy Uso and Finn Balor. He turns to face Gunther, which I wouldn't be mad if they try if Braun Breaker gets called up and do Braun Breaker versus Gunther for the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania. Because right now, Gunther's title a match at WrestleMania is up in the air because of Brock Lesnar and the whole stuff there. So we'll see. Omos comes out because I forgot. I actually thought this guy was employed. Omos eliminates Bronson Reed. Breaker eliminates Ivar. Pat McAfee. He enters the Royal Rumble and then immediately dips because Omos is in the ring. That was kind of funny here. He eliminates it himself. Braun Breaker then eliminates Omos, which I missed it. So, but I guess it was a big deal there. Dominic Mysterio unfortunately eliminates Braun Breaker. JD McDonough comes out, gets speared by Braun Breaker. R-Truth officially enters the Royal Rumble at 24, throws McDonough back into the ring and immediately gets eliminated. Does McDonough. And now McDonough shares a record with Chelsea Green for being in the Royal Rumble match for only 5 seconds. The Miz came out, did his shtick, because The Miz wants to try to be a good wrestler, I guess. Damian Priest then comes out. He immediately attacks Truth, throwing him out of the ring, so I guess that partnership is over with. As that happened, CM Punk gets in the ring, instantly starts hitting running knee strikes to everyone in the corner, but Mysterio tries to sneak up behind him, only for Punk to reverse and dump him out. So CM Punk eliminates Dominic Mysterio, gets a reaction. Punk eliminating Dominic Mysterio, I think, was the right call here. Ricochet makes his return, sort of, after the whole concussion thing here. Ricochet uses his agility to take down Gunther and all that stuff here. Gunther eliminates The Miz because that's what Gunther does. Drew McIntyre comes in number 29, does his shtick. Gunther eliminates Jey Uso. Final part, this final intro, I was a little worried. I didn't know what they were going to do here, but Sami Zayn came out. Sami Zayn, who returned at a recent live event to wrestle a few matches, came out, instantly attacked McIntyre because that's where he was going to go for, because that makes sense for the story. Attempting to eliminate him, only for him to eat a big chop from Gunther. Ricochet tries to kick McIntyre, but catches his foot, then just flips over to the top rope, and McIntyre eliminates Ricochet. And then Sami Zayn was able to get his sweet revenge by eliminating Priest. McIntyre then eliminates Sami Zayn. The final four being McIntyre, Gunther, Cody, and Punk. This was kind of the obvious final four. Everyone said it was going to be them here. But Punk eventually eliminates Drew McIntyre after a somewhat of a GTS attempt, but he gets eliminated here. Cody Rhodes, just like last year, eliminates Gunther. It's now down to Cody and CM Punk. The crowd is split here. CM Punk says, "I didn't come back here to lose to Dusty's kid," or something like that here. Punk tries to set up GTS. Cody reverses into the crossroads. I think he may have hit a few other crossroads here. Punk then hits a pedigree, which was kind of funny here. He said, "Yeah, can you believe I hit that shit? I can't believe it either." That's what he said. Punk tries to go for another GTS. Cody stops it, hits a crossroads, and then throws CM Punk out of the ring, eliminating him. And Cody Rhodes is now going to WrestleMania 40 to finish his story, because when all this was going on, Roman Reigns was in the skybox. He got up and pointed straight at Roman Reigns. So looks like it's confirmation now that we are going to get Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns for the WWE Universal Championship at WrestleMania. Now, so the Royal Rumble matches as a whole was fine. Was an enjoyable show. Again, I enjoyed the Women's Royal Rumble a lot more. Bayley winning the Royal Rumble was the right decision. At first I was against Cody winning the Royal Rumble because I didn't think he really needed it. But after they kept this rumors keep heating up about The Rock and stuff, I'm like, maybe Cody has to win it this year, just to solidify that the match with Roman is going to happen and the Rock match is not. So that seems like what happened here. Thankfully, Triple H is not steering away from the plan. He's sticking to the plan, and that plan is Cody Rhodes finishing the story at WrestleMania, Bayley finishing her story at WrestleMania. Somehow CM Punk will get his will get his match with CM Punk. Not with CM Punk, but with his match with Rollins. We'll see how he gets there. Maybe they do the Drew Punk match as a No More Contenders match at the Elimination Chamber. Who knows? But the winners of the shout-out contest that we had here. So the winner of the Women's Royal Rumble, which was number 3, was a friend of mine named May. She gets a shout-out on the show because her winner was Bayley. Her other choice on the show on this pay-per-view was JD McDonough. So unfortunately, didn't get there. My other friend who does Joshi Cosmetic Angels, she or he, it might be a he. I apologize in advance there. But for the women's, you unfortunately got Liv Morgan. She didn't really win here at all. But for the men's, you did get number 15, which was Cody Rhodes as the winner. Congratulations! Now you get a shout out because I do use your cause on my universe mode, and I would be using a lot of your cause on my WrestleMania show that comes up. So now, WrestleMania will be happening on April 6th and 7th. The first actual WrestleMania without Vince McMahon around. It might be the first WrestleMania without Triple H as the booker. We don't know. We'll see. But I'm going to talk about that on tomorrow's podcast. I ain't going to spend my time on this here. I talked a little bit about it on the SmackDown review. I'll talk more about it on Sunday for that show. Bayley, like I said, looks like is most likely going to wrestle Io, and Roman and Cody is the plan for WrestleMania. So, yeah, that's basically it. The Royal Rumble. What did you guys think about the show? Overall, did you think the right winners were made here? Do you think there should have been other ideas? Do you think more matches should have been added to the show? Tonight's Royal Rumble is the reason why I said no more matches should be added to the show. So there is that. So no Sasha Banks, Doc and Cope, those Sasha Banks people who were so convinced that she was going to be on the show are coping right now. Those same people that say Cody Rhodes is not going to finish his story, the same people that told me that The Rock and Roman Reigns is going to be at WrestleMania are coping right now. And you know what? I'm seething in all of it here. I'm bathing in all the tears. And whether this match happens at WrestleMania, this match could probably happen at WrestleMania 41, the Rock match, or it's going to happen at the Elimination Chamber. And either way, you guys will have to fucking accept it. And I much prefer it happening at WrestleMania 41. If it happens at WrestleMania 41, guess what that means? It's not going to be for the championship, because guess what? Roman Reigns versus The Rock does not need the championship. You know what does? Cody Rhodes winning the title from Roman Reigns. None of this triple threat bullshit where Cody pins somebody else or anything else. One-on-one, Cody cleanly pins Roman Reigns, and we do not do the same bullshit you did at WrestleMania 39 where everyone buried the fucking finish of that match. And basically, that finish kind of almost, like, a lot of people are going to put that WrestleMania as an all-time greater. Night 1 was an all-time great, but I would have, if Night 2 had stuck the landing the way it should have with Cody winning the championship, I would have said this was the best WrestleMania since WrestleMania 17, but I didn't say that because he didn't stick the landing. Stick the landing here this time around in Philadelphia. So I hope that's what they are going to do. I think that's what they're going to do, and we'll see. Until then, I got nothing else here. Like I said, you can follow the social medias. They're going to be down in the links below on the YouTube channel. Or if you just go back to the show, you'll see where everything's at here. Just type in Misfit Wrestling Podcast. Maybe in the Google search. A lot of things come up, including the Spotify list and all that stuff here. I've been Matt the Misfit. This has been the Misfit Wrestling Podcast. I will see you back here for the Pile Driver Pulse for Sunday, where we talk about Julia and the new update for her contract status with Stardom and Blue Road, and why she may no longer want to stick around after her contract expires. Stuff on the Vince McMahon scandal. See if anything else comes out. I may talk about the comments that Cody Rhodes and Triple H made during the press conference, and I believe I'll also go over. Let's see. I will go over Monday Night Raw's stuff. Because I do want to talk about that, and I'm going to also go over Rampage and Collision. And also, I'm going to rant why the rankings don't mean shit in AEW. All that and much, much more on the Sunday edition of the Power Driver Pulse. Until then, be safe, be kind to one another in the chat, whatever. Unless to piss you off, and just go ham. Whatever. We're out.